Let's delve into this fascinating world where the spiritual and the physical intertwine. We're embarking on a journey into the realm of spiritual warfare, an idea deeply rooted in biblical teachings and contemporary narratives. The concept of spiritual warfare paints a vivid picture of life as a battleground, where forces of good and evil vie for control over our hearts and minds. How, you might ask, does prayer fit into this? Prayer, in this context, is not merely a passive act. It's an active engagement, a weapon wielded by those who understand its power. It's a shield against the darkness, a beacon of light guiding us through the shadowy labyrinth of spiritual conflict. The Bible, among other spiritual texts, is rich with references to prayers for divine protection. These prayers are tools for spiritual empowerment, equipping us with the strength and resilience to withstand the storms that life inevitably brings. They fortify the spirit, imbuing us with a divine armor against the onslaught of spiritual warfare. Yet prayer is more than just a means of self-defense. It's also a conduit for connection, a bridge spanning the chasm between the human and the divine. Through prayer we seek guidance, express gratitude, and find solace. It's a language that transcends the spoken word, a dialogue with the divine that resonates deep within our souls. Understanding this, we begin to grasp the true power of prayer. It's not just about asking for things or seeking divine intervention. It's about aligning ourselves with the divine will, tapping into a reservoir of spiritual power that can transform our lives in profound ways. So, the next time you find yourself in prayer, remember this: it's more than just words. It's a spiritual tool, a weapon in your arsenal, a lifeline connecting you to the divine. It's a force that can bring about change, healing, and transformation. Prayer is not just a ritual, but a powerful spiritual tool. Harness it, and you unlock a world of potential, a realm where you're not just surviving, but thriving in the midst of spiritual warfare. Imagine uniting with thousands of individuals worldwide in a moment of prayer. Just picture it: diverse faces, distinct voices, all unified by a common spiritual resonance. This is the concept behind our global prayer challenge. In this era of digital connectivity, we're not just limited to praying alone or in our local communities. We can now extend our spiritual reach across borders, breaking geographical barriers. We're talking about a digital prayer chain that spans continents, time zones, and cultures. Imagine the power of thousands, if not millions, of hearts and minds converging at a spiritual hour like 3 in the morning. This is not just an act of individual faith, but a collective spiritual endeavor. Each of us, in our respective corners of the world, becomes a link in this global chain of prayer. So, what's the potential impact of this global prayer challenge? Well, it's not just about the number of participants. It's about the unity that this collective act of prayer can foster. It's about the sense of togetherness, the shared spiritual journey, the mutual upliftment. It's about feeling connected to something greater than ourselves. And the beauty of this challenge? It's open to everyone, regardless of where you're from or what your spiritual beliefs are. Whether you're a seasoned spiritual warrior or a curious seeker, you're welcome to join this global movement of prayer. Through this challenge, we aim to create a ripple effect, a ripple of spiritual strength that transcends borders, cultures, and belief systems, a ripple that can touch lives and transform hearts, a ripple that begins with you, with your decision to join this global prayer chain. So, are you ready to embrace this challenge? Are you ready to become a part of this global movement of prayer and witness the profound impact it can have on your life and the lives of countless others? Together we can create a ripple of spiritual strength that transcends borders. Let's join hands, hearts, and prayers. Let's rise to the challenge and make a difference, one prayer at a time. Where does human autonomy end and divine intervention begin? This question has been the cause of many a philosophical dilemma. It's a question that invites us to delve into the labyrinth of spirituality, to explore the boundaries between human autonomy and divine plans. Let's put this into context. On one hand, we have the belief in human autonomy, the idea that we are the captains of our own souls, the masters of our own destinies. This perspective encourages us to take charge, to make decisions based on our own understanding, to shape our own paths. It's a perspective that places a strong emphasis on free will. On the other hand, we have the belief in divine plans, the idea that there is a higher power that guides our lives, that has a plan for each one of us. This perspective encourages surrender, obedience, and the acceptance of things as they are. It's a perspective that places a strong emphasis on faith. But where does spirituality fit into all of this? Well, spirituality is the bridge that connects these two perspectives. It's the space where we can engage with both our autonomy and the divine, where we can exercise our free will while also surrendering to a higher power. Spiritual warfare especially ties into this philosophical dilemma. It's about standing our ground, about using the power of prayer to combat external forces. But it's also about surrendering, about recognizing our limitations and relying on a higher power. It's about the delicate balance between doing our part and leaving the rest to the divine. This is the philosophical dilemma that spiritual warfare presents. The tension between human autonomy and divine plans, between free will and surrender. It's a dilemma that invites us to reflect, to question, to explore. It asks us to consider the role of free will in our spirituality, to ponder on the nature of obedience and the essence of surrender. Spiritual warfare is not just about combating external forces, but also about navigating internal conflicts. It's about finding our place in the grand scheme of things, about understanding our role in the spiritual battlefield. This is the philosophical dilemma of spiritual warfare, and it's a dilemma that each one of us must navigate in our own unique way. Could prayer potentially influence your health, relationships, or financial situations? This is a question many have pondered upon, and the answer, as we'll see, can be quite profound. Imagine the power of prayer like a ripple in a pond, extending outwards, touching and affecting every area of your life. From your personal well-being to your relationships, from your career to your finances, no aspect is untouched by the transformative power of prayer. Let's delve into the realm of health. There are countless stories of individuals who, when faced with dire health situations, turned to prayer. They found solace, strength, and sometimes even miraculous recoveries that left medical professionals astounded. It's not just about physical healing, but also emotional and mental well-being. Prayer provides a sense of peace, a grounding force in the midst of life's storms. Now consider relationships. Relationships can be complex, filled with misunderstandings and disagreements. Prayer, however, can act as a bridge, mending rifts and fostering understanding. It encourages forgiveness and compassion, strengthening bonds and deepening connections. And what about finances? In times of financial distress, prayer can provide hope and guidance. It can lead to unexpected opportunities, opening doors where there seem to be only walls. It's not about praying for wealth, but rather seeking wisdom, resilience, and the ability to navigate through financial challenges. These are not just hypothetical situations. There are countless real-life stories of people who have experienced the transformative power of prayer in these aspects of life. Like the woman who found the strength to overcome a debilitating illness, or the man who mended a strained relationship with a long-estranged family member, or the family that found a way to overcome financial hardship through unexpected opportunities. These stories serve as a testament to the impact of prayer. They remind us that prayer is not just a spiritual practice, but a powerful tool that can influence every aspect of our lives. Prayer holds the potential to transform the seemingly impossible into possible. How can we harness the power of digital platforms for spiritual growth? In this interconnected world, digital platforms offer an unprecedented opportunity to create a global spiritual community, a space where we can share, learn, and grow together, transcending geographical boundaries and cultural divides. Building such a community requires strategic planning and thoughtful engagement. The first step is to create a welcoming environment that encourages participation. This can be achieved by fostering a culture of respect and understanding where diverse viewpoints are valued and everyone feels heard. To engage with the community, we need to share content that resonates. Personal testimonies of spiritual warfare, stories of how prayer has transformed lives, discussions on the philosophical underpinnings of our spiritual practices. These are all powerful tools for connection. They not only provide insight and inspiration, but also foster a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. Providing platforms for others to share their stories is equally important. It empowers individuals giving them a voice and a sense of ownership in the community. This can be done through various formats, from interactive webinars and Q&As to guest blog posts and social media takeovers. The key to a successful digital spiritual community is active participation, encouraging individuals to not only consume content but also contribute. This could take the form of a digital prayer chain, where individuals commit to praying at a specific time, creating a continuous wave of prayer around the globe. Or it could be a global prayer challenge where participants share their experiences and the impact it has had on their lives. As we navigate this digital journey, it's crucial to remember that the goal is not to replace physical communities, but to complement them. To provide a space for those who, for whatever reason, cannot be part of a physical community, or for those who simply want to expand their spiritual horizons. Together, we can foster a digital space of spiritual growth and mutual support.